Talk about the general right now.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yes.
Let's start off with talking about the music.
All right.
How'd you get into music in the first place? Because I think.
Well, first, where you from?
Originally, Norwalk, South Norwalk, Connecticut.
Okay.
Project by the name of Washington Village, aka D Block.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born there. I moved to Bridgeport in '99 after I graduated from the 8th grade.
Okay.
And as far as speaking on the music, I started the music. I would say it had to been 8 or 9 years old. Like my older brother, LP. I view his name pop up on the check-in too.
Mm-hmm.
He was rapping, and one of my older cousins was rapping as well. And people in the projects was too, my older heads, and I fell in love with it from my brother putting me on to hip hop because I am Jamaican, so I grew up in a home of reggae music, but my brother put me on to the hip hop. I fell in love with it. He was recording. I actually they used to record in the basement of my aunt's house. Mm-hmm. So me being younger, they always kicked me out of the studio, never let me do nothing.
My
but
brothers
as soon
used
as
to do that too.
yeah, soon as they got, maybe they gonna go to the block and chill or whatever, hang with some shorties or whatever, I would sneak in my aunt's basement and record myself.
Oh shit.
Me and my homie Lil Bacon, Grits and Bacon. Yeah, that's a whole story. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my best friend. Salute him. But so we used to record ourselves. They'll get mad, hear it, whatever, junk it, whatever, and then eventually one of my brother homies, Froggy, like he seen that we was really giving effort and the potential, so he would like sneak us in there and record little freestyles, and he was like for him, he was like, yo, y'all nice. Then we'll go to the projects and start freestyling and everything, just in the open in front of everybody. And they was like, yo, like these dudes is, what I'm saying, they nice, old
school style.
But still, nobody really was taking us serious because at that time I knew how to rhyme. Mm-hmm. But this is like 11, 12 years old now. I didn't even live that much life to have a topic. So we used to rap about food, joking, like just dissing people, or made up stuff. And and I'll never forget, like my brother was like rap about you, like at 11, 12, I don't got a car, I'm talking about cars and stuff and different stuff. So and then from there I just start rapping about like school, like teachers I'm mad at or whatever. Like it's funny, I kind of started off as like a diss rapper. Like that was my thing. Everybody knew like I would just go through something and talk about it. So if it's something in school, if it's a kid that we just had a fight with or whatever. So that started my music. Because at that time I was really more into basketball. So music was just a little getaway, you know what I'm saying? And it's not probably till later on in life, like after prison, where I was like, yo, this is something I want to take as a occupation more than just a hobby.
Okay.
Word.
So how did that translate to where you are now? Like, because I remember, like, you've been rapping since we were in high school.
High school, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So tell me more about that journey, because you've been doing that for like years now. So
yeah, like I always tell people, especially my son generation or
Right.
the students that I mentor and stuff like that. My first project is on a cassette, not even a CD. So that's like you said, like my first I think sophomore year in high school was the first like recorded. I recorded. It was called "Ride With Us, Collide With Us" with one of my homies, Hollywood, and yeah, like, so in high school, Central High School, whether it was like the cafeteria freestyling and things like that. And then at that time, D Block and, Locks and Dipset and G Unit, all of them, everybody was heavy. So, I would, get the Sycamore instrumental CDs at that time and record myself through the speaker of my brother's like boombox thing, like literally like putting tissue in the cassette, you know what I'm saying, and rapping through the through the speaker. So obviously we know it was sounding horrible, especially now me still having some cassettes listening, but that was my little thing. So now just with the cassettes, I was getting a little love. Like people was like, yo, put something on my cassette. This is Dionne Warwick or whoever they mom cassette, and I'll rewrite the whole thing over. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a whoever, you know what I'm saying? So that's how like I got the high school thing going, and it's so dope because, you know, the dudes that we went to school with, whether it's like Sholey, Brillo, at that time his name was Hayes. These is like guys that's still doing it at the, you know, at the age we are. And I remember Cafeteria, Dana White, like a lot of us doing it at that time. Yeah, we all Central, you know, and salute to Central because I think
was there when you
I used to
there.
be there too. I just didn't rap.
I was definitely there.
Yeah,
I used to do beats on the table.
Yeah, I used to skip class and be like, all right, we in the cafeteria. I ain't going to class.
Yup. Same thing with me.
Like show me and grits and them in the cafeteria. I ain't going to class.
Yeah. So it's dope to view them now, and we all at a good level, like where we took it serious. You know, the names that I just spoke on. But at that time, it wasn't a money thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was playing basketball. And then that's when I really start getting into like hustling, like selling drugs and stuff. It wasn't until, like I said, I after I graduated from Central, about a year and a half after, that's when I got locked up. And when I got locked up, that's when I just, you know, writing songs in prison and just thinking about my future. That's when I said I'm gonna get out and
take it serious.
Okay,
okay. Because I was gonna ask you that next. What point did you take it serious?
Yeah. You know, when people, like I said, I could date back to 10 years old with music, but I say 2008 when I got out of prison, April 22nd, which is days away, because I never forget the day I got out. Which make it 14 years I've been out of prison. That's when I took it serious. I took it real serious. After that point, and then also April 13th that we just passed. My homie Grade A, it's his birthday. Which that's why I got the A right here. He passed away. I got him on my hand as well. He did music too. He died June 13th, 2008. So I missed his birthday. I came home the 22nd. Yeah, I only viewed him for about 2 months, and we was getting his music stuff started around that time until he, his unfortunate death. He got killed. So this journey's been like part of his dream too. So I'm trying to like fulfill it, even with the clothing, because he was one of the guys that back then, even in high school and middle school, he would like cut up shirts and stitch them up. And you remember like the jeans, he'd put a flag in his jeans and his Air Force Ones and stuff like that. So that's what, being that it was his dream. And at that time, that critical time of me coming home and thinking like negative violence because he had got killed, I took it upon myself to do something more positive. And I promised his mom, who I just was with even yesterday, she came to Trinity thing, she shows up at like all the vigils, try to help other mothers that children die, because my homie Grade A died at 20. You know what I'm saying? So I promised her that instead of my vengeance be going to kill or go at these dudes that responsible for his son's death, was that I would just go through with his dream. And I just turned it up ever since then. Like,
best revenge is to be successful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
The one common thing we like to talk about on here when we have independent artists such as yourself, what is it like to actually, put the project out all by yourself and then have to promote that after the fact? Like, what do you go through with that?
With me, if you guys know me or research me, I believe in I'll bet money against any artist in Connecticut that I've been the most consistent for the last 14 years. I've dropped a project or two, and when I say a project, because especially back then, you have 18 songs, so every year you getting 18 to more songs. Like, I've been consistent with that for the last 14 years. Every year, I'm not taking I think the last couple months, just because of this political stance I'm in, I kind of lay back with the music a little bit. But the process for me, is I've always been like a genius with the marketing. So soon as I got a date that I want to release something, in the past, not so more now because, you know, I took on a different role in life. I used to like market where people would say I'm the city's 50 Cent. So I would market whether it was through maybe throwing a shot at another rapper, local rapper, you know what I'm saying? You know, I do have a history of like having diss records and not even just rappers, you know. I mean, if y'all know, you know, I made a whole song at the mayor of Bridgeport.
I remember
that went viral, went on, you know, Channel 12. So I know how to market as soon as I know my date dropping. So it's either that, you know, it's either that or I just pick significant dates. You know, I've dropped on I have a mixtape that was called Love and Hip Hop Connecticut, and I dropped that on my daughter's birth date, her when she was born. That's when I released it. So it correlated with her because the whole mixtape was about basically a diary for her about me if I should pass before she's born. So every song is me speaking on my past, like I said, how I deal with my son and stuff. Right. So, and even now it's still good. No matter if I pass away at 70 years old,
they could go back. They could go back.
And if you know anything about my music, I'm real in depth with my life. Like, no disrespect to other artists, you know, whether it's Jadakiss or whoever, you know, when you hear these guys, they got the bars, they got the witty, catchy stuff about the world. But to me, and I'm just using Jadakiss as an example because I listen to him, I really still don't know his life. What he went through. You know what I'm saying? Like Fabulous, a certain of them, they got them bars that we like, oh shoot. But when it come to, we could just use a podcast great right now, like Joe Budden's. When I listen to him, I know about his life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So certain artists is you know, like that, where we know about their development. So that's how my music is. So when you listen to something today, like how he started off with my General Speaks too, and then you go listen to the high school stuff or the 2008 stuff, it's a whole different.
It's a whole different you.
Yeah, because and I tell the youth that now with my activism. The things they doing is nothing new with the dissing the other side or whatever, because you know, once again in the state, and this is documented. When it come to that, I'm one of the originators even of that with the dissing stuff, because it was a whole investigation when I was making songs back then, because things was really happening. You know, like I would speak on maybe a shootout I was involved with and kind of throw it in a song. And it became a big thing where we could Google right now and you're just going to see Joe Grits this 2003, 2002. You know what I'm saying?
So you didn't feel like that was like telling on yourself?
Yeah, no. On myself. Yeah, definitely. But hip hop music at the end of the day, for most artists, it is like you're telling on yourself because we're speaking on our life. You know, now the catch is, and I know just for being a local artist in Bridgeport, 80% of these rappers is lying.
Yeah, feel like they're men.
Yeah.
Someone made
yeah. Now with me, that's why I had to be more witty as an adult now to say something, because when I was saying it at 18, it was 100% true. So, and the streets knew that. So once again, nobody went to jail for anything, but you know, I would probably speak on something and niggas would be like, damn, that like this, he making it hot. He talking about this street, like he out there as well, but we are out there wilding out. So you know, and that's the youth in me. You know, that's why I say now you can listen to my music now. I still speak on my past and current, but just being able to use more metaphors to. You know, back then I was, and people loved the music then because of that, because it was blunt. Like, this nigga don't give a fuck. Like, excuse my language. Like, I literally would just come out like that. You know what I'm saying? And even now, like I said, this in the mirror and stuff like that, I say things even off record that nobody will say, like you said, like my posts on Facebook, things like that. I've always been that dude. Everything everybody in this room probably thinks, and then be like,
you would just say it.
I'm gonna mind my business. I just say it. I've been opinionated. If you can ask me one, you know, not worse, but I'm outspoken. My big mouth has done blessings for me, and it also has, you know, buried me and blackballed me and so much with the music politics, activism, friendships, relationships, everything. And, but at the end of the day, I live for me, so I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with things like that. Other than my daughter. My daughter that's my pride and joy. She's only 4, but she would probably be the only one in the future or now that could probably make me change. Like, I post stuff, and you know how even you guys probably went through it where you post something and then your aunt call you like, take that down, or your girl call you, take that down, or you you shouldn't.
What was that about?
And then depending on who it is or whatever, you might take. I don't take nothing down.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the wildest stuff, like where people like, well, now we got to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've stood tall and took in, whatever comes with whatever that comes out my mouth. Like I said, now, like I said, my daughter would be probably the only one day that could be like pops, like, you know what I'm saying?
Relax.
But other than that, no woman, my parent, my mom, like we was talking about blocks and all, my mom blocks me, deletes me every 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, it's me. But at the same time, that's why a lot of people love me. That's why a lot of people fuck
respect you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back a little further before you get
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, were you around for like the barbershop battles and all that? Was you ever in any of them?
I was there. I think I went to jail from 2004 to 2008.
Damn.
Yeah. When I came home and I think right when I came home, I started seeing like Come Up DVD and Cocaine City, French Montana, and then I was even seeing the local joints with Catch 22 and the older heads from me that was spitting in the city. So I missed that, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to catch all of them, and I'm like, and then we tried to kind of spark it again, but it just ain't hold through like the time period. So I missed that. I definitely missed that time period.
Yeah, damn, 2004, 2000.
Yeah, that's the time. So tell us about the transition from the music and into activism and politics. Like, what made you say, all right, I'm gonna go
Yeah, because it's definitely been like that. Because I always tell people the music, so from the street, obviously I had infamous, like people knew me, but in a negative way, because and it's nothing to glorify. And like I said, most rappers lie, but I have documented stuff, or even people, parents or whatever, could be like, yeah, he was like that. But in the streets, I was more than just, at that time, I was more on the violent side more than just being like a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? The drug dealer kind of came later on in life, when I kind of got home and kind of fell off a little bit. But from that, then the music came and people fell in love with the music because of the negative content and stuff like that. So when I got out of prison in 2008, from studying in prison, I studied Stokely Carmichael, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, that's a big teacher of mine, Tupac, another teacher of mine. And I call them teachers because I study these people like how they made us study George Washington for no reason or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really study these people. And that's where I kind of got the activism in me, because I seen, and also from my peers and my elders, that when I was in the negative life, I was able to say, yo, come on, we about to go shoot somebody. I was able to do that like nothing. That was, the general didn't come from music. It came from the street. From the street. I was able to lead a group of people to do certain things that wasn't too right. So when I got out, I basically said, people said I still got that voice. Y'all can hear my voice. I projected good. Like like even when I go speak, yesterday I spoke, I don't need no mic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hears me. And so I just basically wanted to flip it to the positives, and I start giving back and start noticing what, the teachers, that I just spoke on, what they did, and wanted to, bring it back to Bridgeport. You know what I'm saying? I seen the struggle. I seen the suffering. I seen what destruction I brought to the city in 2003 and 2004, and the beefs and stuff going on with kids that probably don't even know who they're originally beefing for or what. And I just started giving back from that. And from that, like I said, 2008 to maybe I'm not sure what year, but the year that Jason Negron, the Hispanic, got shot by the cops. That's where I wanted to go from just being that street activist to like now I wanted to get in the police station, get in the city halls, get in the school system. Like I really wanted to make a change on a bigger platform.
So I'm glad you said that because this is what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I never really got to ask you. I think it was told me, but I want to hear it from you.
Yeah.
Because that was actually the first time I actually met you. I think I met you in Central years ago. But
Yeah.
that's when I actually first met you and I spoke with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. You was telling me your story a little bit. And then y'all went to the police station.
Yeah.
What happened and how did you end up getting maced?
All right, so we was at McCleavey Green at the Green.
Right, we was there.
And, a few of my sisters of the struggle, that's why I call them, Bobby Brown and a few other ladies, they wanted to basically do like which I hate, like the non-violent protest and which was cool with the speeches that was going on, but they went that like I like action, like the kumbaya, we've been doing that for decades. You know what I'm saying? So after they did their little speeches or whatever like that, a few of us was like, yo, like, why are we at McCleavey Green doing this amongst each other? Like, I'm speaking to you. I'm like, why am I protesting to us?
Right.
We need to let them
preaching to the choir.
Yeah. We need to let them hear us and view our anger, and they need to talk to us. So originally it was to talk, but things just never goes the way it's planned in Bridgeport. But so we me. And a few other heads, we just was like, yo, we gonna go to the police station and do this, the same thing.
Same thing, okay.
So when we got there, and now mind you, I know Bobby and a few others, they fell back, and I understand a lot of them have city jobs or, everybody's not built for that. And I always spoke that with the protests and different things. You got everybody. You got the warriors. You got the medical people. Like, cause we'll probably get to like the encampment that we had at the police station, stuff like that. Everybody had a position. So when we got there, the rebels, we was in front and we was, making noise. But the whole point was for Chief at the time, the former chief, to come outside Perez and speak with us. And obviously we had cameras going, we had Facebook Lives going. We wanted a dialogue between him openly, publicly on what's going on with this situation. At the same time, what a lot of people don't know, what's his name? Salute his soul too. Floyd had passed.
Oh, George Floyd. Yep.
George Floyd had passed. So I also was beat up by the Milford police about 4 days before Floyd had passed.
Right, because you still had that cast on your hand.
Yeah, right. I had the cast on my hand because when they put me in the handcuffs, they slammed me to the ground. And so people don't understand. In my mind, I'm also angered because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was state Troop G, the Bridgeport State Troopers plus Milford Police. So that also was triggering in my mind. Everybody else, it was Floyd, it was Jason, but I can't lie, I had a little bit of extra in me that day, like to, be spazzing out, and it just didn't go right. We wanted to talk and as usual, the police didn't want to have no dialogue with us, and we went in. We all went in, and even while we was in there, we still was trying to talk. We had the Facebook Lives. I'm pretty sure, like on my Facebook memories, it's all there. We was just talking, whatever. Yeah, some people were saying little slick stuff, but they were saying stuff back to us, and I don't remember them saying "get out" or anything, but they just had they vests and they shields,
gear and whatnot.
Yeah, and they just start spraying. And mind you, like I said, I'm a rebel. I'm somebody who, I don't want to die a martyr, but I will. You know what I'm saying? So meanwhile, so many people was starting to get scared because they seen that we was outnumbered. Not even outnumbered. We outnumbered them, but we was outnumbered physically because they had guns and shields and batons and stuff like that. People start backing up, and I stayed up front. And basically, when it moved and they maced me and you know, from there, that's when we went outside and all the famous pictures of me getting milk and all type of stuff poured on me. And then from there, that's when we headed to the highway.
See, you just explained it to me better than I was told because
I heard
anybody. 'Cause
Right.
I heard it wasn't even that. I heard it was some other people that was starting stuff, and you explained it exactly what it was because I'm like saying to myself, why are y'all going to the police station? I don't understand. You're being escorted by police, but I didn't know y'all was going to talk to.
Yeah,
homie.
see,
That is never mentioned.
And we were there at McLeavy Green that day, and I remember it was like when it was like, yeah, you know, we going to McLeavy Green. I was like, to the police station. I was like, for what?
That's what I'm like, all right, well,
I was like, all right, I'm gonna see y'all later
Because we had a podcast.
Yeah, we had to go record the
So we had to
podcast.
go record the podcast. So we was like, all right, we out.
It's always, obviously, you know, I always been a leader, and once again, people follow. So I know the main people was like, all right, this dude Grits. Even so many people I met that day that I still keep in contact with now, because they was like, yo, the way you organized that was good. Because other people, like you said, was saying different things. We ain't know what was going on, and they was doing what y'all like. All right, we out. You know what I'm saying? So when we got there, like I said, it was meant for that. And even the pictures, like whoever the photographers was, and even that was like, I think about it now, even when I look at Martin Luther King days and stuff like that, like we didn't tell photographers to come out there. So and that's what the arguments start happening passing them days, because people start thinking it was something like I orchestrated for the cameras to catch me, you know, with the tears in my eyes because my eyes burning in the milk. It was just beautiful pictures. Salute the photographers. They just caught, like, you know, I got my shirt on.
We just live in those ages now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, I was in the paper like that. I didn't plan that. And then they like, oh, well, you was talking to, because I don't know who went live, but somebody went live. And it's it's on my Instagram, but it just was one of them. Whatever the stuff I was saying, it was one of them moments like that Malcolm X speech or something, because my eyes is burning. I can't see who I'm talking to, but they're recording me on Facebook Live, and I'm explaining. You know, all we wanted to do was talk, and you know, whatever, and you know, I take the mace, and it was just a good speech, yo, and it just went viral or whatever, and people made it seem like I said, "Wait, put me on live right now." You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't that moment, but like you said, we in that time where, I mean, you carry your camera around, right. So people just was catching stuff, and it was just that. Though it was a wild moment, it was a beautiful moment, because I seen the unity, because that was the famous picture. Was one of the guys helping me was a Crip. And you know, I'm a Blood. You know, I originated as a Blood from high school. I've been, you know, when I was a gang, I was a gang banger. I still say I'm a gang member. Just, you know, I don't bang no more. And he was one of the people like wiping my face, and you see in the video in the pictures him with the blue flag. And at the time, I'm telling everybody, you know, thank you, whatever. It's not until my eyes got well, and then me and him spoke, and he was like, yo, I'm this and that, and it was just dope. The unity right there was like dope, because so many people around was probably from the other quote unquote op sides of towns and different things like that. Even my homie Byron, who's a Crip as well, from that day, me and him led on and kept going, and that's where we came up with the Gangsta Biz. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people I connected off of that, especially the highway. You know what I'm saying? And even till this day, I run into people and don't know them, and they be like, yo, we was on the highway with you.
So what was up with the highway thing? Because I didn't understand that either.
So with the highway, and I speak on that as well. So about a year, I don't know what year, the guy down south, I forgot his name, Alton Sterling, I think, he died trying to sell his CDs. Was that him that tried to?
I don't think that was.
No, Alton Sterling was the loose cigarettes.
Okay, okay, that was in New York. Who was you met down south? Somebody died trying to sell their CDs in front of a store. I forgot his name. It's been so long. But I was in Atlanta when that happened, so I was doing music out there. But when that popped off, T.I., Killer Mike, few rappers, and a lot of, you know, other activists from Atlanta took over the highway.
It is all Sterling. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. So so they took over the highway, and I joined. Like, it's a picture of me.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's a picture of me. Like, it's T.I. looking up. We on the highway. You see all the state troopers, and I even went to, like, I after that. them 2 days, like I marched with them all over Atlanta, bunch of people, and that was probably 2 years before, or maybe even 3 years before, the highway takeover in Bridgeport, but that gave me the idea to see how they shut it down.
Yeah, that was 2016.
2016. Okay, so from that, when the whole thing took place at the Bridgeport Police Department, I was like, yo, if we take over the highway and we cut the roads off, that's going to set a statement throughout the whole state, and that's what it did because we
make people pay attention.
We took over the highway, and then before that week was over, Waterbury did it, Hartford did it, East Haven did it, and I was going to all the rest of them too. You know what I'm saying? Like I helped lead those ones as well. But yeah, that was that. We wanted to make a statement, and that was a big way. Like we was able to make headlines. We upset a few people, but one thing I want to clarify for those who's listening, and I clarified it on Facebook and things like that. Any child that was in a car had like autism, any type of elders that was sick, we and the state troopers know this because they helped us. We cleared to let them off that highway because I know a lot of people was like they were stuck in traffic, and they was for a lot of people was. But any car, we went to cars and everybody's all right. Anybody had anxiety, stuff like that, we would clear them off the highway. Like, so if you and salute some of the state troopers that helped us, like we was directing traffic to get them off. Nobody talks about that. Like everybody just makes it.
I'm like, yo,
they never will.
Because it's like, yo, how the hell do you just shut down a highway? Like that's just crazy. Like there has to be some type of police involvement.
Once again, no, they didn't help us shut the highway down. I'm saying when we was already on the highway, then they was helping us get certain cars off. I shut the highway, and even we even had a debate because two young women was. It was a debate that who shut the highway down, and we was able to prove it because somebody took a picture. They was in traffic over there by they took a picture, and you see way down the street, you see everybody marching, but you see me, the first one by the highway joint with my shirt off, and I'm running up the ramp. Like it's a dope, it's so many dope pictures from that day that I printed them out, and like I want to show my grandkids and my great grandkids this. Like it was a definitely an epic, like a once in a lifetime moment the way we was like. And yeah, so I got on the highway, few people followed. Then, people start bringing their bikes, their cars. They're doing donuts. The kids got a basketball hoop. They playing. Yeah,
I'm like,
I didn't even see that part.
Yeah. They was. And see, that's another thing I wanted to say too. And I learned that through Malcolm X as well. So people was like, oh, look at this. It's reckless now. They're playing basketball. They're doing donut. The guys got the motorcycles and the dirt bikes going. One thing, it was I'm just going to estimate, say 50, 100 people that walked with me. Within an hour, maybe almost 500 people was on the highway, but those people just would see me on Facebook.
Because it was on live. So people would see it on live, and we out there.
We out there.
Yeah.
So some people, I got no control if you just pop up and
no control over who shows up.
Yeah, and then the thing at the end of the day,
the basketball court thing over there. Yeah, the basketball hoop. That's crazy.
Yeah, and there was like people had baby carriages. Babies was on the highway.
Jen was talking about that on the last episode.
Yeah. Like I didn't have no control of that. I spoke to certain people, but at the same time, I thought about it after. Like at the end of the day, I definitely wanted to show the power in the people. So even though some was playing around, it still showed that we just took over. That's our highway for that time period.
Yeah,
we took over that highway, and we could. And even when I was talking to the state trooper, I was like, we could do this again tomorrow. Like we could keep on doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll show you.
Just letting you know.
That's
I did it once. I'll do it again.
Right. That's how. Yeah, that's how. Like how I looked at it. Like we could keep on doing this, and
summertime weather's nice.
Yeah, because the weather was nice.
It was a nice day.
We was even people was like calling pizza, calling food, bringing food up there. It was wild. Like
Uber Eats. Right, yo, I'm on B way.
It was wild, man. Y'all even bringing it up. It gives me flashbacks because it definitely. even I remember my mom, like, it's funny, my mom was at work, and anytime she hears anything like that, social injustice, she be like, I know Joe's out there.
Your mom will recall you like, boy, what the hell you doing?
She's seen it on the news and said, I know he's involved with it. And then she said she seen me with my shirt off running around, and like me looking at I'm telling you the pictures, yo, it's pictures where you'll see like the reporter and maybe a cop, and you see me like pointing at him, and you just see like all my quote unquote my goons or soldiers behind me like this. Like it was a dope experience, and it definitely some people also would say, oh, it didn't do anything and this and that. And it
actually did.
a
Now that
lot.
you're saying that to me, it did. Because you brought people together.
Yeah, definitely.
You brought our people together.
It showed
and that's
our people together.
problem. We can't stick together for shit.
For nothing.
We look
that's the only time we get together and stay together on some shit is when somebody dies or something happens.
Yeah, for a couple minutes and then we're back on the same bullshit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the only time we're ever together is when that happens, and it's for like a couple weeks, and then that dies down. Or if we're trying to pit down our downfalls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when everybody wanted to be like, oh yeah, well,
but
that
built a lot of relationships, me and other people and people amongst each other, and then it led to that encampment at the police station, and that definitely did something because it changed the law. It changed laws. It awoke what the corruption that Bridgeport got going on with the police and the government. So things like that. And I always tell people, educate yourself. And then that led to my political behalf is like, educate yourself because everything don't just turn around. Whatever Martin Luther King felt like the dream was, or Malcolm X said, it took some years after them guys died for certain things to start shaking up. But they put the stamp, and I know I could say I was a part of putting a stamp to even now what's going on with Bridgeport, where certain things is like they know they can't mess up. You know what I'm saying? They show up, and when they view me, period, at certain things, they know, okay, if it don't go right, watch this dude. He's gonna say something. Yeah. No, for real. He's gonna say something, and it's gonna get people to, you know what I'm saying, to be on point.
So, what is now going on with the whole politician race, and where do you see this going?
So we looking up to the looking forward to the mayor race coming up soon, and that's probably the main. One of my main focuses is that, and then obviously the district I live in, that's 135th, that's the North End. But we know that right now in the city, the mayor, as well as his counterparts, like the chair of the DT, the Democratic,
DNC,
the DTC, they run the city for years. And we just want to, me and others just want to shake it up, bring some new faces, educate our people. That's why I feel like the role I play right now, because I did lose the city council race, but I'm a part of the committee now, the Democratic Town Committee. So we put position to who's going to be the mayor, the senator, different things like that. So, and that's big, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, my voice and who I feel like, if I go back and say, yo, we want it to be you to my people, like, yo, both, they'll be like, I trust Grits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a back whatever he's saying. So that's why my position is big. And plus, I'm able to voice and say something that most of the community can't. You know what I'm saying? And most of us, even before I vote, most people just go and vote Democrat.
Yeah,
black,
they don't even
white,
think about it. They just, I'm a Democrat.
Shirt color. Yeah, they don't even know. So I'm able now to educate people and also show them how dark this world is, how dark this government is, and grimy and unloyal and snakeful this whole government is. So I'm trying to continue to educate, and also even if because what I do, we have votes and stuff. So sometimes, for this matter, recently I've been outnumbered when it comes to that, but I still want to put my vote in because people remember that anyway. 3-4 years now, they'll say, all right, well, Joe or Grits was standing on this, even though he knew sometimes you're going to lose, You know what I'm saying? Because it's 4 to 5 or 10,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I just want to make sure even the people that know that they're gonna win know, like, dang, this dude coming for us.
All right.
And in 2 more years it'll be, you know, God willing,
person.
yeah, y'all come along and more people and more people and more people.
Yeah, so it's not really a loss because at the end of the day, your voice is still being heard. You're on the committee. Right. You know what I mean? So you don't have to be the front face.
Yeah.
But just being there.
And I'm at the table. Yeah, I'm at the
right.
table.
You're at the table.
With people that, when I walk into the room, they're disgusted and mad because it's like this dude with the hat and the gold teeth and the tattoos on his face and the chain, and you know, they hate that. So I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. And then it gives a hope to the younger generation. You know, my son's generation, my daughter's generation, like that when they view that my title is something, you know, political, like that gives them hope because when they look at me, you know, they're used to just, if somebody of my caliber open their mouth, they're just a rapper or they're just a drug dealer. So now that they could view me still dressed as I am, and I still could sit, I'm at meetings, you know, or functions where, you know, Ganem was just sitting right next to me. You feel me? Like,
and you just wrote this record about
yeah. You know, and so people look at that and like, yeah, that's dope because a lot of the kids is hopeless in the hood, so they feel like they could never sit at no table with Ganem. You feel me? So somebody who's a felon, a gang member, whatever they want to paint me out to be, is still able to make his way through the ropes. That's dope. And that's why I don't hide nothing. And like I said, exposing, I put everything out there. Like, I want you to know I'm a gang member.
Because I'm
You can't. I put everything out there in my music already. Or through my posts and whatever. And like I said, I stand on it. If I lose your vote because I don't like Jordans and I said something about Jordans, and oh well, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am. I like Jordans. I'm just saying.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying.
So now that you're in the door, what is your ultimate goal?
My goal, you know, for myself, you know, I'm looking forward to being the city council. In 2 years, I'm gonna run again. And I believe I'll win this time because I got more support, more help. And then also I know more. And in 2 more years, I would be more educated on what I need to do and who I need to surround myself with.
Okay.
And learn from. And even the bad people I surround myself with and learn from. You know what I'm saying? I play this like the streets, the same way. You feel me? Only difference I always joke about is like certain stuff I'm viewing, I can't punch nobody in the face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the only thing with politics, man. I always tell people that.
Punch them with the word.
You gotta punch them with their wallet.
Yeah. But I see myself getting into city council, helping the first black mayor of Bridgeport. Like I see myself playing a big role in that, because it's a black and brown city,
right? And
I believe we need a black mayor.
It's so wild that we haven't had one yet.
It's
no, it ain't.
It really is not. I'm not, for reasons I'm not going to say on the mic. I agree with you, but it's wild
because people, the way this city's ran, we got more of a chance of seeing another black president before we're seeing
a black mayor.
Absolutely.
And it's sad, but
it's so much corruption, man.
I'm gonna do what I can to whoever that person is in this race that puts themselves out there, get behind them and go hard like I'm running for mayor. I'm gonna definitely put that behind because we need that. Black and brown city. I've been to it's the biggest city. I've been to Hartford. I've been to New Haven, which also have a lot of black and brown people. But when it come to downtown,
it's all white.
Like in Bridgeport, after 3:00 they all get off of work, or 4:00. You'll go to New Haven and go downtown and see Caucasians everywhere and yell and different stuff. Hartford, I've been downtown, but Bridgeport, it's a black and brown city. So why do we not hold the high positions? We got positions, but it's all the baby low positions.
Right.
The problem is that you have the ones that want to make the change but don't have your voice. So by them not having your voice, they're gonna
And that's the key, and that's what I salute to all my colleagues. Once again, like I said, Bobby, Kai Weaver, it's a bunch of us like that of my peers that we've been running this, this marathon, and it's like my voice and what I gotta say, I feel like I'll be the perfect mayor, but I know the difficulties because of my look. In my background, so it's the people that I feel like they got the look and the image and all that. But a lot of them they like shy or they don't want to do it, and it's like I want to put them forefront, but they just don't got the desire like I do. And maybe in the future I will. If I could get the funds and do it the right way, sure, I'll run for mayor. I know it'd be far fetched now, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? I'm happy with this interview as it's been. Yeah. All right. So close us out there, brother.
Well, man, what we got coming up, fellas?
What don't we got coming up? Okay.
I got. Well, let me say this since we on a podcast, people listening. Wednesday. Y'all talk. Let me grab my phone.
Go for it. All right. So what
April
we got?
21st.
April 21st.
Rhythm-N-Brewz experience. We got
artist showcase.
We got the Ellen Naj coming through.
With some special guests.
Some special guests.
Are we naming the special
we
guests?
We ain't gonna say come.
Okay.
Just come.
Just come out.
Okay. I was about to see. I didn't.
God
That's
damn.
why I asked because I was about to say names. I didn't want to get a Jordan thrown at me.
Come see if you want to know who the special guests are.
A word. Actually, and we because we heard y'all want more of us at these Rhythm-N-Brewz experiences. Y'all want the actual Rhythm-N-Brewz of the experience.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So we came up with a new game for y'all, to get y'all involved in the show. We got a little R&B trivia game coined by our brother over here, Mr. R&B Smooth, called Intellects No.
With your pinky up.
Yeah, so when you win the trivia at the event, you get a little prize.
They actually had me working at the meeting, y'all.
Yeah, because he's usually like this.
I'm usually listening and be like, all right, this is what happened. Let's talk about it. Now they actually got me thinking of trivia questions and shit. So I had to dig into my memory bank of knowledge of R&B trivia. So we gonna have some stuff.
And we gonna keep it coming too.
Y'all.
Okay, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
And then on the 29th, the Kuumba Kickback is back once again because we are back in season. It's nice out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We outside.
And we heard y'all was asking.
And we heard y'all was asking.
We heard y'all was asking.
And the numbers are going down with the COVID.
Yeah. We got some we got some vendor for food, right?
We do. Shar, I can't think of her business name right now.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Shar. But
Shar's Eats or something like that.
Yeah, she's doing she does catering and cooking, but she has very good food. So the menu has dropped. We've posted the menu on Facebook. And
come with your wallet.
Oh, send me that because I didn't get that.
Lounge. Okay, yeah, I'll resend that to you. But yeah, definitely come with your wallet. She's definitely got some salmon is on the menu, sides, mac and cheese, cornbread, collard greens, if I'm not mistaken, cabbage.
It's about to be a night.
It's going,
Oh,
so if you're high, you got your food.
And our homegirl Corinne Bernard is coming to do a live painting.
Truth. That's not what I was gonna say.
No, I talked about it. I talked to her about it last weekend.
Yeah, no. You told us that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Corinne, she's dope. One more thing I want to say to y'all. It is a BYOB event. We are not, I repeat, we are not selling at the door. You cannot pay for your ticket at the door. It is only on Eventbrite only. I am
don't
letting
show
you know
up
this
with
now,
money?
because I will tell you straight up to your face. Did you get a ticket? No. I do apologize. We cannot let you in.
Word.
Shar's Delights Cater.
Shar's Delights. That's what it is. Thank you.
So, yes, check our link tree. Go on our Facebook. You'll see the event. Buy your ticket. It's $20. I know you got it. So, listen. You know what I mean?
They don't give us that I don't know how to work event, right?
Word.
I think it's 2020.
Exactly.
And then every second Saturday, we got D-Dub over there.
The Boom Bap Session.
The Boom Bap Boys. Second Saturday Soul. He doesn't talk much, so I guess I'll talk for him.
I wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? I could talk about it. nothing but deep soul house music. You know what I'm saying? Like boom bap, old school hip hop. You know,
and pizza.
Maybe one day I'll
R&B
rock one
is
of them
dope.
sets, D.
Yo, you need to. You should have been did that, bro.
Man. I'm about to. You know what? I'm about to invest in a controller.
I have to. I already promised one to somebody else, so I can't even help you.
Okay. Well, listen. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I just want to say, so Wednesday, I'm gonna be a part of a panel at the Stanford Ferguson Library, Max Day Gun Violence and Mental Health Panel Discussion. That's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So if anybody around Stanford Library, the auditorium at 6 p.m. And then Friday, Heroes basketball game, bringing awareness to mental health and gun violence.
Friday what? Friday what?
The 22nd.
Oh, gotcha.
At 6 p.m. at Stanford High School. Celebrity basketball game. It will be some special celebrity guests. They haven't posted yet, but I know one of them lives in the area, and they say he's like the greatest of all time when it comes to rapping. So,
I think I know who that is.
Yeah,
same.
so you know,
we saw.
yeah. So I'll be playing in that game.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I ain't balling a minute. You know, I had got shot in my hand about 6-7 years ago. And
sounds painful.
Yeah, I actually that's why when the cops slammed me, I had to get the surgery over again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had just recently got surgery last year because I had a carpal tunnel. But now for the first time in a long time, like my hand's pretty good. So be the first time I balled in a while. I end up doing coaching basketball for the last 10 years. I've been coaching, so you know. Some of the young heads come out there, you know, watch me do my thing, and we also going to be, you know, giving awareness to mental health and gun violence. So, and then and then after that, that's the one at Bridgeport Creative. No, never mind. That's March. No, that's the last one we just said, March. The joint was
Phoenix Fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the same
the Phoenix
day.
Fire experience.
Because I'm gonna be running late. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At Bridgeport Creative, Phoenix Fire for her being nominated for a Grammy, so that's big.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to her.
All right, y'all. This has been episode 79, Rhythm-N-Brewz. We out of here. Till next time.
Peace.
Checking
Salute.
out the Rhythm-N-Brewz podcast. What you sipping on?
Oh yeah, Rhythm-N-Brewz.